A pleasure to meet y'all at last. Welcome back to the Vlog-a-thon. This is part 4 of 10. And in this part here, I'm going to be talking specifically about Samson the Pug and Choo Choo the Yorkie. Now, both of these dogs here that I have here, in some of my videos, probably some of the oldest videos I have with both of them, aren't necessarily from YouTube. They do, in fact, come from Twitter. Some of the oldest videos that enticed both of these dogs, they do come from Twitter. And there were actually a few moments on Instagram in which that you could see them as well. But focusing mainly on Samson for most of this part of the Vlog-a-thon because, of course, as I've said in one vlog that I recorded about 3 months ago, there was a time where Samson had been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and now I feel like I should probably give an update to it by now because it has been 3 months since the diagnostics came around telling us that Samson had a pretty serious condition associated with blood sugar process. And the fact is that now, well, 3 months after the diagnosis that Samson had now been inflicted with type 2 diabetes, we seem to figure out that now Samson actually is doing much better than Samson had used to, because Samson here had a lot of problems during the first 3 or 4 weeks of diabetes, because nowadays we're taking it into an everyday routine in which that we're giving Samson insulin shots, or Novolin as the drug is called, that is supposed to help Samson with insulin absorption into the blood cells in the bloodstream. Now, going back about 3 months back to when I had first uploaded the vlog that talked about Samson's condition in general, I had talked about how Samson had not been handling so well because of the fact that, well, even before type 2 diabetes started to come around into Samson's life, we did notice that there were plenty of other pretty nasty conditions Samson was having. There was blindness, there was deafness, there were joint inflammations. There was a lot going around that really led us to figure out Samson had some sort of condition within the body. And afterwards, a little visit from the vet, we found out that Samson was now living with type 2 diabetes, possibly for a long time now. Samson has had the condition for about 3 months now, and it's safe to say that it might not let up for a little while. But if we can, in fact, keep this routine up to which that we're giving Samson shots every single morning and evening, then we're sure to say that Samson's condition might die down within the rest of the year. But I guess for right now, Samson's shots are going to have to continue to go along as planned. Every single morning and every single evening, 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. And as for Choo Choo, well, Choo Choo does not have any conditions, but there were a lot of nasty moments that Choo Choo had been associated with. There were several times in which that Choo Choo had ran outside my relative's place many times. And there was also a moment in 2017 where Choo Choo had ran out but had gone the furthest distance of any type. Choo Choo had ran as far as 1 mile east on county line, and it was unbelievable to say the least that Choo Choo would even think to run that far away from the house before eventually giving up and trying to head back, but not before we ended up catching Choo Choo and carrying Choo Choo all the way back. And it's just unbelievable right now that Choo Choo would even think to just go ahead and run outside, and to think that, well, there's nothing alone that can stop Choo Choo from doing what would want to be done. And if Choo Choo really does desire just going outside without any consequences, then, well, just what's the point? But then again, Choo Choo is a part of the terrier group, which is a group of dogs that do have a lot of sense of liveliness and even an ability to hunt similar to certain hounds and like. Though I feel like that's just more of a discord in the whole situation that we're bringing up with here. Because Choo Choo has had a reputation for running outside for at least 2 years now. And Choo Choo has always tried to run outside of the house just for any kind of reason possible. Even if it just means that Choo Choo's gonna go up as far as the block, then, well, there's really nothing much that anyone can do, really. A reputation is a reputation, and most of the time they can be very hard to just change. And in this case, well, Samson and Choo Choo, they're both gonna do well at this point, but Choo Choo's main problem is running outside, and Samson's big problem is diabetes. So I feel like that just entices to how everyday lives tend to go here and there. One's living with diabetes, one has trouble going outside all the time. And I feel like, even though I've dealt with this many times over and over again, I almost feel like it's just a little more than a simple mistake, really, that they tend to have every single day. That Choo Choo would just run outside every single day, not realizing that it's the wrong thing to do. And with Samson, well, not letting us know that shots are an everyday task that we need to perform here and there, every single day, at least twice. And I feel like that just covers everything that you'd probably need to know about Samson and Choo Choo by now. The first time I even brought them around on YouTube was last summer, where I introduced them both to the What the Fluff trend. And the What the Fluff trend was the one where you had the one with the blanket on you, then you make your pets think that you disappeared. So it's just all too well. But up until now, they might just become another piece of my channel, even though, well, if you've seen my... I do have myself a pretty big picture of the two. They are part of my channel artwork, but it's pretty low in quality, and I feel like in another vlog I could discuss exactly what I would probably do later on if I wanted to change my channel artwork and the like, but that could probably wait for right now. So anyways, I feel like that if you enjoyed this part of the vlog-a-thon, make sure that you stick around for parts 5 through 10. And also, make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.